Hi, welcome to third grade social studies, lesson 4 Heroes. It's me, Mrs. Williams, educator and lover of social studies. I'm an instructional coach at Merriman Park Elementary. Welcome to lesson 4. Hey, hey, hey. Here are our objectives for this lesson. We will talk about national, military, and first responder heroes. We will discuss how heroes help shape their communities and make the world a better place. There are two seesaw activities at the end of this lesson to help you show what you learned. Make sure you follow your teacher's instructions so that you know what you should do at the end. What is a hero? This is our big essential question. A hero is a person that makes sacrifices to make the community better. A national hero is someone that is recognized as a person who has done something great for our country. Here are our learning objectives. 3.11a. Students will be able to identify and describe the heroic deeds of state and national heroes and military and first responders, such as Hector P. Garcia, James Jim A. Lovell, and the four chaplains. 3.11b. Students will be able to identify and describe the heroic deeds of individuals such as Harriet Tubman, Todd Beamer, and other contemporary heroes. The first person we're going to learn about is Dr. Hector P. Garcia. He is a national hero. Dr. Garcia fought for the civil rights for veterans, Hispanics, and Latinos beginning in post World War II Texas. He founded the American GI Forum. Let's listen to this quick video about Dr. Garcia.
Hispanic Heritage Month on Voice of America, remembering pioneers who are paving the way for a better future.
Dr. Hector Garcia, decorated war veteran, humanitarian, and the first Mexican-American civil rights activist. After heroic service in World War II, getting married, and starting a family in his home state of Texas, Hector Garcia noticed his fellow Mexican-Americans, including veterans, were still subjected to the systematic discrimination he had grown up with, denied the same American freedoms they had fought for during the war. Growing up in Texas, Garcia had faced discrimination throughout his life. As a little boy whose family started over in poverty after fleeing the Mexican Revolution. As a top medical student, denied a required residency. As a humanitarian healer, offering free treatment to impoverished patients at his medical practice in South Texas. To help his fellow soldiers, Garcia founded the American GI Forum, a civil rights organization assisting Mexican American veterans and their families to vote, go to school, and enter public places they were formerly forbidden. The GI Forum made history in 1949 when fallen soldier Felix Longoria was denied a proper burial by his Texas hometown because he was Mexican American. A powerful letter written by Dr. Garcia was answered the next day by war veteran and new Texas Senator Lyndon Johnson. Private Longoria was soon given a military burial at Arlington National Cemetery.
Wow.
He is the first Hispanic American soldier to be buried there. This event propelled Dr. Garcia into the national civil rights movement, and his pioneering efforts for social reform were recognized by presidential appointments and special delegations. In 1984, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, America's highest civilian honor.
Ronald Reagan.
He was the first Mexican American to receive it. Dr. Hector Garcia's indomitable force and powerful voice were still when he passed away in 1996. But his legacy is a cornerstone for the Hispanic right movement. Voice of America recognizes an icon in Hispanic heritage, Dr. Hector Garcia.
Hispanic Heritage Month on Voice of America, remembering pioneers who are paving the way for a better future.
Awesome. Now we've learned about Dr. Hector P. Garcia and all of his wonderful accomplishments. Next, we'll listen to some information about James Lovell, also known as Jim. He's an astronaut and mission commander
Hispanic.
of the Apollo 13 mission. He's known for the phrase, Houston, we have a problem. Let's listen and learn more about Jim Lovell.
While best known as the commander of the ill-fated Apollo 13 mission to the moon, Captain James Lovell is a career aviator and with 2 trips to the moon is one of the most traveled men in history. Growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Lovell was an Eagle Scout with a keen interest in rocketry from an early age. He graduated from the Naval Academy in 1952 and was selected for flight training later that year. Designated a naval aviator in February 1954, Lovell flew the F-2H Banshee and the F-3H Demon jet fighters from carriers in the Pacific. He entered the Naval Test Pilot School in 1958, becoming a test pilot assigned to electronics and weapons testing on the Navy's new F-4 Phantom II fighter. He also applied to be one of the original 7 astronauts in NASA's Mercury program, but was not selected for medical reasons. Lovell was undeterred and applied again in 1962, this time being accepted as part of the 2nd astronaut group. As pilot on the Gemini 7 mission with Commander Frank Borman, he spent 14 days in space, setting an endurance record over the course of 206 orbits and scoring a space first, rendezvousing with the Gemini 6 spacecraft. He returned to space as commander of Gemini 12, which featured a record 3 spacewalks. As the command module pilot on the Apollo 8 crew, Lovell made mankind's first journey to the moon in December 1968 and spent 20 hours orbiting and studying the lunar surface. 16 months later, he made his 2nd trip to the moon, this time as commander of Apollo 13. 2 days out from Earth, an onboard explosion crippled the spacecraft and turned the mission into one of basic survival. Lovell and his crew worked with mission controllers in Houston to fly around the moon and successfully return in a danger-filled flight that overcame all the odds against it. After retirement from NASA and the Navy in 1973, Lovell remained in Houston to pursue business opportunities. As a lifelong aviator, pioneer space explorer, and one of only 3 men who has ever flown to the moon twice, it is fitting that Captain James Lovell become a member of the Texas Aviation Hall of Fame.
Excellent. All right. Now we've learned more information about another hero.
Hispanic.
Now let's keep moving. Think about it. What heroic deeds did these people do? Hector P. Garcia and James Lovell. There's also more information here if you want to learn about other heroes in space. Next, we have the 4 chaplains of World War II. These 4 chaplains or priests were in the United States Army. In 1943, the ship they were on was hit by a torpedo, and everyone on board had to get their life jackets and board the small boats to save themselves. The 4 chaplains tried to keep all of the soldiers calm and gave the soldiers without life jackets theirs. This was a big heroic deed. The 4 chaplains locked arms and sang a song as they went down with the ship. You can watch the video here. Teachers, please make sure that you watch this video with students, as there may be some portions of it you may need to discuss. Moving on to more interesting facts about heroes, Harriet Tubman is another hero or heroine from the late 1800s. A few facts about her rise to heroism comes through her dedication and perseverance. There are some visuals in this video that show weapons, chains, and dogs chasing enslaved people. Please be prepared, teachers, to explain. Now that we've seen all of these interesting heroes and sheroes, you can click here to complete the seesaw activity. On our next slide, we have Todd Beamer. On September 11, 2011, Todd Beamer made a heroic decision to help save the lives of many people while aboard Flight 93 as a passenger. You can watch the video of Todd Beamer's life here, and there is another Seesaw activity to help you discuss the traits of a hero. Sometimes it only takes one hero to change the world. Let's celebrate the heroes. I'll see you next time. Until then, I'm Mrs. Williams signing off.